all like I just. What did Morgan say? I'm more interested.
What did she say? She had an experience for like 15 minutes. It was basically, I guess, the energy or the coding coming in was like soulgasmic through most of her body for like 15 minutes straight. Okay, here comes two more. Let's see how this works. I've never brought in so many at one time. Let me see.
Okay.
Hang on, let's see here. Boom. Okay. Well, I've never done this before.
Right on.
I don't know how many people it will hold, but I'm good with it if y'all are. Christina, and of course David Singer, my brother, down the road, Oklahoma City. Luke, where you at, Luke?
Virginia.
Oh, that's right. And Christina, what's your last name?
Schimmel.
Schimmel, okay. And where are you at?
In Indiana.
Indiana. Okay, cool. Larry Bird. I'm a big Larry Bird guy.
Yeah.
So, I was just telling Luke that he was saying he hasn't told us yet, but how far are we into this? A minute 29? Okay, we got 33 people. Yeah, they're coming. So obviously we just went through this very, by conventional standards, vague kind of gathering, and we're basically the silence speaks, and so he was telling me, wow, this was just like crazy. And I said, yeah, I know, Morgan we were just talking, and she was telling me what she went through, and a couple other people were like texting her as I was talking to her that went. And then he asked me, what happened to her? And I said, basically, she received the code or the sharing and the merging. It was very much lower chakra and through the body, not physically orgasmic, but just soulgasmic, chakra-gasmic, kundalini-esque, that type of thing. And I had it started for me, it started right before, like, and her and I were talking earlier today, and we were both like, we felt sick and nauseated. Like something's going on. Either it's what we just did over the last 24 hours, or what we're about to do, or both. So he was asking me what Magi, if you want to come on, turn your video on. I got you. Oh, I don't know. Oh, you know what? It only holds 4. Okay. So, Magi, just hang on. I can't see who that is. I have a feeling I know who it is. So, Luke, we'll just keep the thing going. So, what was your experience? What was your experience like? We'll just go in order of how everybody arrives. Just hang on, Magi. Whoever's in there.
Last night I had like vivid dreams and premonitions of like what New Earth was going to actually look like. I mean, it was like I was there, and then what just took place, because it took me a while to get my Merkaba and everything, in line. And then like once I was there, I saw like all your souls. And then because I was asking like, Thoth and Thoth, or whatever you want to call them, Einstein and Tesla to, join us. And then next thing you know, it's like I just saw a mass flood of souls like coming to this New Earth area that we were all in. And it was incredible. I was arm in arm with somebody. I saw Katrina there. I was seeing just so many people there. It was, and the euphoria that just swept through me was indescribable.
Yeah.
It just, man, it's like I did I don't even know, like a whole bag of mushrooms or something. But,
Well, that's similar to what she described too. And by the way, anybody who's calling in at this point, you're going to get the phone's just going to keep ringing because there's not enough. We have to make room to bring anybody else in. But just hang on, and I'll tell you when to call again as soon as we move the line a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds like similar to what she experienced, and at least one of the messages she was telling me. Carmen and Alea, I can't bring anyone else on yet, so I'll tell you when to call in.
But yeah, it was great, Todd. Thank you, and thank you to Morgan also for y'all doing that, because I was with you in the couple video the other night, and like you were cracking me up, like specifically. You're like, I just felt the energy of y'all then,
Uh,
and then with this, it was just really connected. So I'm gonna go ahead and bow out because I want everybody to be able to get on. But thank you. That was intense. I look forward to doing that again.
right on.
Um, Hopefully we can get that again, because I felt something shifted for sure. There is no question.
Right on, man. Thank you for coming,
All right.
and thank
Yeah,
you for coming on here and telling everybody what's going on. I'll
yeah.
post the link in just a second, Don Owens, and thank you,
Okay.
Luke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring another one on.
All
Boom.
right.
Christina, you're up. Christina.
Hi. So, um, I don't know. I don't know how much I want to share or what I want to share, to be honest. You guys have I found you guys. You guys found me, whatever it was, a couple years ago, 3 years ago, and I happened upon some of your videos, Todd, and then I didn't for another year, right? And then I did, and then I didn't. And whatever it is, I keep coming back, right? And I keep finding my way back here, and it always opens me. It always expands me in some way, makes me see things differently. I've wanted to be somebody, right? I tuned into the narcissist conversation part of it yesterday. Me very stuck in my thinking mind and creating much of that. And so my experiences when we do these, I find, are often confined by my thinking mind and what I'm capable of envisioning, and the direction that I keep getting in the experience I have. I can't describe in any other way than what I'm told is to just embody it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
to not make it be a story, not give it a narrative, not give it, not that those things aren't happening, but that's not for me. That my job right now is to embody the energy and to feel what's happening and to accept that I don't know the story and I actually don't have any control.
Yeah.
Um, so I experienced and came to the table to want to give back to you guys the way that you've given to me. And what happened for me was, the more I tried to give selflessly, the more I received, and I couldn't get out of the loop. It just kept amplifying. So the more I tried to remove me from it so that I wasn't serving me, the more I got from it. And it just
Uh,
became this overwhelming, powerful loop. Um, and right before Morgan told us that we had 2 minutes, the message that I got and was left with was to remind all of us to remain humble in the power that we've been given,
yeah.
and to
Yeah.
not lose sight of how incredibly powerful the creative energy is that we put out there and the responsibility that we have with it. So thank you for the gift.
Thank you.
Thank you for always pulling me back in, for always coming into my sphere, um, and always knowing that I'm free to be me here. So thank you. And I hope that Soulogy does what it's done for me to everyone who's here and everyone who will be here.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yep.
much.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Todd.
Christina.
Yep, you bet.
Uh,
How do I hang up? So somebody
uh,
else can.
wait. Where you at? Are you there?
I'm in Indiana.
Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I can do it, I think. Hang on a second. I got to
Oh,
figure
and
it
by
out.
the way, it started storming the moment we started here as
That
well.
doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise
The
me at
skies
all.
opened up right as we started, and the energy started flowing.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. Here, I'm
Oh, me
gonna.
neither.
I don't know how you hang up. I
I
just
got it. I'm ready to hang up if you're ready for me to hang
okay.
up.
Okay, I'm trying to make space. Yeah. So there's Magi. Okay, because I skipped her on accident. Uh, Okay, so we'll go David, then Aya, Aya, and then we'll go Magi.
So
And
I'm going to hang up. So whoever's next, I guess, calls.
yes, yes. I don't even see you on here. I've never had this many
Right.
people on before. So yeah,
Thank
because
you.
okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's. Okay, so we got another one in waiting now. Kevin's in waiting, and okay. David, you're next. I'm sorry for the. And Carmen, you're on hold.
You're
What you get?
doing an awesome job. Hey, brother.
Hey, what's up?
I feel like I'm on a big deep medicine journey and trying to find something to ground myself with. The As soon as we got off, I went and popped a few pieces of sushi roll in my mouth and folding hot laundry, thinking maybe this will help. And I went out and stood in the wet grass from the rain. Um, that was that was these groups that we've been doing. They're so powerful that after we do these many times, the body is just so buzzing and so turned on that it's hard to sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm so buzzing right now. It's not, I'm not nervous, but it's almost like a nervousness, and I can't do caffeine because it makes me get all shaky, and I feel a little bit like that. But it was so extraordinary. The power of that experience was multiplied times a gazillion. Going into the octahedron and having the octahedron filled, and I was seeing all of these beautiful diamond, rainbow, crystalline octahedrons that were all interconnected like facets of a diamond that were filled in my entire octahedron. And as we came together in a circle, and all of us were stepping out and letting that structure just fall away, it was really extraordinary, because not only did I sense, see, and feel my own guides and guardians, and calling on even more than that from the inner earth and above, I was seeing and feeling everybody in our circle and all of their guides and guardians. And then I was seeing these incredibly tall, human looking beings that were giants that were standing on the outside of all of us. What was really interesting is the circle to me. I didn't know how many people were on the call, but compared to the groups that we've done
Uh huh.
together,
Yeah.
the circle felt so much bigger and so much more expanded. And 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 these really magnificent tall beings, I began as soon as I saw them, I saw from way up high these beings that were even bigger, and they told me that they were the Watchers, and that the beings standing behind all of us were the Nephilim. And
Wow.
the the and and all of our intentions were going in to the center of the circle that we had created, and they were being activated by the Watchers and the Nephilim, through our hearts, through our intention, through the purity of what we showed up with. And it was going to the center of the circle, and it was going not just down into the center of the earth, but it was also going up beyond where these Watchers, what they called themselves.
Yeah.
And and and, and I began to, like on a medicine journey, really drift away, and then I was coming back, and I was, I'm really nauseous,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to just keep my shit together.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. All right, man.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Love you. Take
Love you
care.
too.
Okay, so we got to bring another one up here. Let's see. Kevin? Where's Kevin at? Why isn't he on here? There he is. Okay, so then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And okay, next is Alaya. Did I say it right? Elia. I can't see that. My problem is I can't see A-I-L or
No,
A.
it's can you hear me?
Yes.
Aaliyah.
Aliyah. Okay. Aliyah. All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Sorry
I
about.
followed you for a few years. I run a blog where I re-blog other people's work on the shifting consciousness. And I'm a writer. I've written 15 books.
Wow.
And two of those are specifically on the shifting consciousness. And I've been seeing this stuff happening, been aware of it, the global shift for many years now. Had all the requisite ascension symptoms. And, you know, this year has been so intense, so intense. Um, and I just feel like what's been happening for 2 years now has been this rewiring of the brain, and it's really getting intense right now. And I was just wondering if you had noticed anything like that. Um, it feels like my brain will no longer want to do things that take more than 2 steps, 3 steps. It just really wants to just do something that's spontaneous. I want to be outside a lot. I don't want to be inside. You know, the computer used to be my friend, and now I'm like, oh, well, so what? You know, just I, I and I
Ditto.
have
Ditto on all of that. Yeah.
yeah, and really very much interested in how it's sort of seemingly bringing to me people that know everything. They know all this stuff. They know more and more, and just common connections. Somebody I might meet out when I'm out. What was it today? I was taking a Lyft ride to an acupuncture appointment. Well, from an acupuncture appointment, and I got the most amazing conversation with the woman driving. What people do know about this, and they're consciously part of it.
Right.
And that's very exciting to me. Um, it, when I get disappointed, it's because I feel like it's taking forever, but I don't think it necessarily um, is actually happening that fast. It feels like it's slow and fast at the same time, and you know, but I think that the brain rewiring is a very interesting concept, and I felt it very strongly. People talk about losing their memory, and I'm like, well, if you had your memory, you would just keep on recreating the past, and I think we have to let go of that. So it's a very interesting thing
Yes, it
to
is.
go through.
You describe it very well too. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you so much.
Well, what I saw was the role of emotions in this, and how we create with our emotions, and we have to create with our feelings instead. So feelings are at the beginning of this creation process. It's more a state of being, like being in at peace or whatever is a feeling state. And what we do on this planet is create with emotions. So emotions are very, but they tend to be more negative in concept, or more polarized, is my thought. So if we get to the emotional stage of creation, we become unconscious of what we're creating. We're no longer conscious of what we're creating. We create from the feeling state, which I've been seeing since 2012, I think, to try to create from the feeling state instead. Then we're closer to what our higher self wants to create, what we want to create from a higher level of being, a higher level of consciousness. The feeling state, it goes through manifestation process goes through 4 stages. The first stage is feeling, the next stage is thought, the next stage is emotions, and finally into material existence. And to go from energy to matter, basically, with those 4 stages. So if we can get back to the inception of that creation process, we really have something there. that's when we can really change things.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to share that.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you for coming in too. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. I tried to connect with you on Facebook, but I haven't been able to achieve that yet.
Yeah, that's kind of difficult. Soulogy One Studios at gmail.com. SoulogyOneStudios at gmail.com. And it'll still take a while, but
Okay.
I can get it there. Yeah, you should come on. We should talk. We should have
Yeah. My
a
last
session.
name is Marr, Marr,
Okay.
and you can find my books on Amazon.
Okay, cool. Thank you
That's
so much. And thank you for
Yeah.
coming in. All right.
Soulogy One Studios.
Yeah, SoulogyOneStudios at gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that then.
Take care. All blessings. Okay, so we got, we're going to add Carmen, and we got we got Magi is up. And okay. Anybody that was calling and didn't get an answer, you can call in now. How's it going?
Pretty good. I typically pronounce my name Maggie, but yeah.
Maggie. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I
No,
mess everybody's names up so bad,
it's okay.
even American names.
The way it's spelled is a common expectation to say Magi instead of Maggie, and it is a nickname, so I don't quibble too much about it. And to be honest, I'm really not sure. I just followed the impulse to pop over here, which is very unlike me, to just give in to impulses without excavating them and finding out to what the driver is and why I'm doing it. So this is kind of odd and unusual, but here I am. I have been lurking around a lot with zoology for a while. That tends to be my modus operandi, is simply to be the observer, be the person watching. And interestingly, during the meditation, I was also seemed to be in that role. I came into the circle from the middle. That there was a torus ring, and I came in from the center. I don't know how that put me in with the rest of the circle, but I was in the center. And then it moved out. So it's also helpful to glean from other people's experiences. There's some overlay things resonating that other people were seeing or feeling, hearing. And that does, since I tend to fly solo, joining a group, again, is unusual, but it's also, it's very helpful. I need to do it more often, I guess, that there are commonalities. Every experience is specific and unique, but yet there is a community there. So I guess that kind of just my takeaway is I need to put myself out there to allow myself to enter the groups, different groups more often. Like some of the others, I had there were tall beings, there were also short beings. They were all very welcoming and nurturing. I interpret them as being facets of my higher self, but maybe they were a watcher and a whatever. That is a possibility. Loved ones were made themselves known, and then everything was crystalline. Everything was. I'm an artist, so imagery, geometry, and images are my native language, not words. So everything was allegorical and symbolic, things that have always had personal meaning to me, but became very tangible. I could taste and touch and smell them all, and yet they were all crystal.
Yeah.
So I think I'll leave it at that.
Well, thanks for testifying. I mean, that was really powerful. And I hope maybe you'll come out in public and play a little bit more often. And I think that groups are taking hold all over the world. And I don't know. There's something just like you getting the urge to do the things that you wouldn't normally do, which is, if you think about it, why we all ended up where we're at today.
I think you're right. So many of us have been flying solo, as a turn of phrase, and that's been my position most of my life ever since childhood, because it's just not been well received in the wider communities, particularly in the West, and some of the environments that are common to our background. So I guess it is time. It's time to join the flocks from time to time instead of flying solo.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we can all relate to that. Every single one of us. And you're right. It is time. It's time. Time to step it up. Thank you. Thank you, Maggie. You're beautiful to talk to. Hope to do it again sometime. Take care.
I would enjoy that. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. So we got Kevin's up. Carmen's next. And anybody else, just call or hit the link. And I can put 2 in holding. What's up, Kevin?
What's up?
Good to have you there, man. It was nice to see that that soft, powerful masculine. You and a few other brothers in there. That was cool.
Yeah, it was really nice to see that. It was interesting because I was listening to somebody else talk about the Watchers, and I know I've talked to you about this before, right? And we've talked about this and the experiences that I've had, going back 30 years.
Yeah.
When I was given the opportunity to leave or to stay. I don't know if you remember that, but
yes, I do.
So, I call it the witness.
Yes.
Right. And I had this talk with a friend of mine the other day, and he was talking about, well, how do you describe it when you jump off a cliff? In other words, somebody else mentioned humility, right? Humbling, when we say we don't know, right? And I can remember jumping off that cliff, and the only requirement was to just let go, because you can't take you with you when you jump. And when people go into deep meditation, they have an experience and they disappear. And then they come out of meditation and they say, I experienced that. But it's not until they come back in the waking state that they say, I experienced that, right? There's a very profound but subtle difference between saying that I experienced that and I am that experienced. And that's the moment that we take ownership. That's when everything changes. That's when the heart expands, time and space go away, and all limitations drop. Because the lens that we've been looking through our entire life, thousands of lifetimes, that's colored by fear, and colored by belief, and colored by future, and colored by past, is wiped clean. And what happens is the lens keeps expanding through these experiences, and eventually when we jump, we take the lens and we throw it against the wall. We no longer need it. And that's when you bring people together, and their intention is not necessarily known, nor does it need to be known.
Right.
Love has an innate intelligence built into it.
Yeah.
It goes where it's needed.
Yeah.
And the experience that I had is ineffable to the mind. The mind cannot put it in a box. And the reason that the mind can't put it in a box, and this is the ultimate truth, you are everything, everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. If there was a me.
I love it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Love you too, man. Bye.
Take care. Carmen? Oh, anybody else hit the link and the phone will ring and we'll put you in the green room. But, Carmen, how are you?
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So yeah, I just wanted to thank you, Morgan, for hosting that and share a little bit of my experience in it. That was probably the most powerful of those journeys that I've done so far. And yeah, I just had this sense of like as all of us got together and shared our code, like I was receiving, giving and receiving code. We were sharing that with each other. And then I had this sense of, well, it was like a party. Like I kept hearing "Rock Around the Clock" tonight, and we were all dancing, and like we were switching partners and just having a celebration. And then it was like this feeling of um, those that are coming up to this frequency. Like there's more that are joining in, and not everyone's ready for the new Earth grid yet. So we're at a certain level in frequency with it, and then it's like raising all boats. And yeah, and then I clearly saw that there were some that weren't gonna even go at all, but the whole sense was like of love, like it was all love. Love was through all the layers of it. Um, but the word jubilee kept coming to mind, and the thing I heard was that the thing that we need to manifest and create it and to really live it is joy, is the feeling of joy. Like joy is what gets you into it. And to help others feel their joy. And that was like the magic ticket. So
Wow.
it's basically.
Wow. Thank you. And thank you for participating too. And then sharing those comments.
Yeah, thank you.
Until the next time, right? We'll be doing
Yeah,
it again.
yeah, for sure.
All blessings to you and your family. Thank you. Donna, you're next, and then Deb. What's up, Donna?
Hey, brother. How are you?
Good.
Thank you, Morgan, first and foremost. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And this experience just blew me out of the water. I know that during this specific live, I sent you pictures of my crystal. I was shown this crystal towards the end of our meditation session. This also showed up yesterday with a friend of mine on what she wants to do. And it kind of showed up earlier with Luke as well. The experience that I experienced was beyond amazing. There was a little bit of hesitation there, even though my team, my higher self, was like, yes, absolutely. And then I had to, they kind of shifted that and cleared that from me. And you and Morgan took me by my hand to welcome me into the group, which is amazing. Everyone there was so loving, so everything. And then I see blue avians and beings coming towards me to take me. And then what they showed me, first they told me, I've been seeing the octahedron for 2 years, if not more, and not understanding and realizing that's what it was. When Morgan spoke about the woman with the cancer and how the beings took her, after I had my back surgery, it's almost similar to what I did with someone else. I was pulled inside of their body and able to see the blockages there and destroy them. So these beings, when they took me, it was almost like in, when you have a newborn baby and they go to the nursery at the hospital, and these were thousands and thousands, like babies, newborns. And the blue avian, this blue being, took his hand and said, watch this. And he did like this, only with a few babies, but it was like a wave of this beautiful aquamarine liquid substance. And what he was telling me as these babies are the new earth babies. This is like purifying them more and activating them more.
Wow.
And then I saw purifying like them more gold specific shield symbol in every one of those beautiful babies. And just so explosive. Like I tried to write things down so much. With the octahedron, they told me that we can actually draw that symbol on ourselves and those that we work with. So there's many different ways to access it, but they're saying, but it's so much better when you do. So much better. So I'm still processing everything, things that have happened, like I said, 2 years ago, and even up until this very moment, the dots are being connected as like a 360 for me. I see so clear, and the love. That's our weapon. That's our shield, and that's all I kept doing was giving myself permission to receive.
Yeah.
But my main thing was to give, so I was able to do both. And I'm just so humbled and grateful for the opportunity. And I'm gonna stop now because I just want to cry and dance and everything all at once. So I love you, and I thank you all so much.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well,
Thank
blessings
you.
to you.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
God
Thank
bless
you so
always.
much. Okay. Deborah. How's it
Yes.
going?
Hi, Todd. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. A little sensory
Thank you. It
overload,
was
but for me.
I know it was so beautiful. I certainly cried my share for sure. Um, I like someone else said, I have kind of listened to you sporadically. I do recall when you were traveling to Arkansas, and I was listening to you a lot then. Then the other night, I just happened to be on the program, and I believe it was live when I was listening to you and Morgan, and she mentioned that she had this event on the calendar. And just previous to that, as I was listening to y'all, I was asking the question. I thought, "Gosh, I would like to do something to help them. What could I do?" And I thought, "Oh, well, I'm having to be very precise with my finances these days. So,
Yes.
what can I do?" And then about that time, she issued the invitation. And I thought, well, that's a no-brainer. I believe I'm supposed to be there. So that was wonderful. So I put it on my calendar. So I certainly, had the little alarms going off and everything, so I wouldn't forget. Um,
Thank you.
as so that was my intention, and as I'm certain that I have received as well. But that was my intention going in, and my dad passed or transitioned more, that is more appropriate, 3 years ago. And he is always with me, a very, very strong spirit, a beautiful human being. And it's like he's never left me. My mom is about to transition. So as we were going to this event, I invited both of them to come along with me, and they accepted, and they were there. And it was so beautiful.
Wow.
But what I saw, yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. They are quite an iconic couple. I mean, their life was amazing. But anyway, I'll leave that there. But what I saw was people all over the earth coming together, holding hands, the harmony and the joy and the bliss and the total abandonment that I saw was just amazing. Hands were going in the air. Everybody was dancing. And I mean, my parents were break dancing. It was just
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
What I got from that, besides the joy and the bliss and there was certainly no financial concerns for
Uh-huh.
anyone.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, the other thing was that if we were all dancing and we were full of such joy and bliss and harmony, no one had any physical problems. I mean, everyone was totally and completely healed and in their true essence. So that was amazing. Anyway, thank you so much. It was
No,
a
that was
beautiful
great.
experience,
That's
and
like that.
I thank God. It was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was a great story too. Thank you. Frida. Frida.
Yes. It seems like there's a delay with my picture and the rest of you. Do you see that, or do you see my hands moving?
I see you.
But did you see my hands moving now or not?
It's on your end, I think.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I went in there with a very literal interpretation of the text to see like the highest potential for Soulogy.
Yes.
And so I think I saw it sometime in the future, and it was pretty awesome. I saw these communities being created around the world, and they've been connected by this network and being assisted by our galactic family and the inner earth, and all generations, like old people, young people, hybrid children, and all bringing their competence, they're all bringing their specialities, what they had to offer. Like
Right.
some were gardeners, some were educators, some are, I don't know, cooks, some are carpenters, whatever, and some maybe are just elders with their wisdom to share. And then being connected, just loosely connected, like there's no pedestal and no leaders,
Right.
and just being connected. And well, yeah, it's much more specific, but I'll leave it like that. And then in the end, I saw you and Morgan, like these grandparents, like like grandma, grandpa type energies with long gray hair, and just like marveling in how this had expanded, basically.
Wow, what a cool vision. Except for everybody's young and we're old.
No, but that's the thing. It's like some were young and some were old. That they were all
Yeah.
generation. It was intergalactic, and also inner Earth was there,
Yeah.
and intergenerational.
Oh, far.
And
Oh.
it was like a parallel existence. It was here on Earth, but it was a parallel existence of what new Earth is envisioned. Basically, it's like a template for
Yeah.
what is possible.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much, Frida.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you for hosting this, and thank you for all the beautiful shares.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'll see you again soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Got a new friend here. Sean Nowick, a.k.a. What does it say? Big Samoa?
Big Papa Samoa.
Big Papa Samoa.
Yeah.
Big Papa Samoa. It's good to get to know you.
Nickname that happened to stick. It's good to meet you guys live too. I definitely have always enjoyed watching all of your lovely guests hop on here, and definitely appreciate all of the multidimensional beings that cross and grace your channel.
Wow, that's a great compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let's just say that the past couple of weeks have definitely been a much needed, divinely guided, synchronistic overall experience for me.
To say the least, but I love your poetic
At least.
I love the waxing the poetic with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Literally for the last few months, I've been dealing with a lot of similarities, like Morgan's been posting as well online, with words just kind of losing their meaning. I was dealing for a while there with all of my passions and interests, things that I genuinely fell in love with. They kind of just fell away into this neutral, zero-pointed state.
Yeah.
And I've had the honor to rediscover all of those passions, all of those joys, including like cooking and rediscovering music and live music, like festivals and events and whatnot. I just recently got back from a music festival in Missouri called Reconnection.
Really? That's not too far from me, Missouri.
Oh, dope.
Where are you at? Where are you at?
Well, currently I'm staying in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
I'm going to be watching my parents' dogs for a week while they take off to Sedona to go hang out with Kalina.
Cool parents.
Yeah.
Cool parents.
My mom definitely helped jumpstart me on this whole awakening ascension journey. So
I wonder, do I know her? Do I know your parents? I wonder if I ever run into them before.
Well, I don't know. Ellen Parsons. She's kind of Asian,
Parsons.
Filipino. Yeah, Filipino looking in the face.
It's possible. I might have met her in Sedona.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's going to go hang out with Kalina and do that goddess
Yeah,
stuff.
she's going to go hang out with Kalina, do the goddess stuff, and get some much-needed direction in her life, too, because she's mildly been going through it, too.
Wow. Nobody gets out alive. Nobody.
No, nobody gets out alive, but we do have a series of rebirths and phoenix-oriented magical things happening.
I love the way you paint everything. I love it. It's poetic. Hey, we got another.
I love the way that I paint everything, too.
Well, heck yeah. I hope I get to meet you sometime.
I would greatly enjoy that.
Yeah, we should do a show together.
I would love that. As for tonight's session, like I had initially posted in YouTube, I had that experience where I had it connected to the Zoom call, and next thing I knew, I was out like a light. Definitely entered that astral, ethereal dream space, and next thing I knew, when I came out, it was 8:36 already, and you guys were doing this live on YouTube, and the Zoom call had canceled out. So I was like, all right, I guess I received all that I needed to receive from this, because I was left with this overwhelming sense of just peace and joy and unconditional love. And it's been reticent of this past weekend, like I said, just series of synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity. And I found myself in this chrysalis phase, like I said, rediscovering my passions and joys again. And everything's starting to pick up. Newfound direction, newfound awesomeness, new friends, the whole nine, all of the old just falling away. And I'm being divinely guided to organize my first healing, activating, integrating retreat in Mount Shasta. I've got the call for that come November. I know that's probably going to be a little nippy, but I think
slightly. And you don't even have a gray hair. How old are you? 22?
Oh my God. Thank you for that compliment. I'm actually 30.
30.
And my hair hasn't been going gray. It's been going blonde and white in places, almost on that wizard level.
Well, I just want you to know, blonde's just the transition. I have quite the evolutionary data in my beard. All right, man.
Like she was saying before, that grandfather-oriented energy.
Yeah, I guess so. When it rains, it pours. Hey, it was good meeting you, brother. It was really good meeting you.
It was good meeting you as well. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night, and thank you for having me. I look forward to future talks that will happen.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. You take care, bro. Thank you so much.
You as well.
Okay, wow. Well, Robert, my buddy from New Mexico, was ringing and ringing, but I don't think his phone could hold it. So thank you, everybody, for a wonderful experience. And I don't really know what else to say, unless somebody else is going to call in. Hint, hint. Morgan Lee. Let's see what we got. Alexa. What's happening, Alexa? It's good to see you again. Can you hear us? Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. So, anyway, Morgan, you coming on? I'll give her 20. Oh, here comes Robert. Robert, where'd you go? Here we go. Robertito.
Hello.
¿Qué pasa, señor, mi hermano?
I knew my phone would work eventually.
It's working now. What's happening?
How you doing, Todd?
I'm good. I'm a bit overwhelmed, but I'm good. I'm swimming in the soup. Oh man, your phone's not going to do it. I love you, brother. I'll hit you up tonight. Wherever you went. Lexa Allen. Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening? What's going on?
I'm here. It takes me something to figure this out.
Yeah. It's all right. You're good. What's going on?
Ooh. So, I've been so excited about this this group, this gathering, visioning it and seeing it in my own realms and my own place as well. And the stuff that Morgan has been sharing about it has just been so massively synchronistically aligned with what I've been seeing. Even the images that she shared on Facebook earlier. Aligned with what I've been seeing. That's me interrupting myself.
No, Morgan, turn your Facebook off.
What I've been seeing. That's me interrupting. Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. And so I set my alarm to wake myself up to come to the group at 1:30 in the morning. And when I got up to join the group, I realized I joined when it had finished.
Oh.
However, I went to bed really early. I went to bed about 7:30, and I was really I was spiraling, like every single part of me was spiraling. And I went into the light language prayer really full on, almost in a sense of like intercessory prayer, when Holy Spirit's coming through you, really praying on your behalf for something that you're maybe oblivious to. But Soulogy was popping, it was coming through. And it felt like I needed an extra billion tongues to let out the amount of prayer that was coming through. And I was like, wow, what's going on? And eventually it just completely stopped. And I put my head down and went to sleep. And I was like, it's okay, I'm going to set my alarm for 1:30, get up and join the crew. And then it was all done. So that's true styly for me, is when I'm really deeply getting connected into things and integrating with things, is that I get taken out horizontal completely. So that I suspect I joined in on a whole other level that my human is completely oblivious to.
Yeah, that's what happens with these things. So much more comes in that you don't even know, no matter who it is. I've not seen anyone that doesn't affect that way. Well, yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing that. Really appreciate it. And thank you for being a part of it too.
Yeah, thank you. And I so look forward to being present with the next one.
Thank you so much, Alexa. Take care. God bless. Okay. It's over to you now, Chief.
Oh, that's been so exciting to watch. I mean, I'm still shaking, and I think it finished like over an hour ago. My whole body is still shaking. It was
So,
massive,
can you give
huge.
us, tell us what happened?
Oh,
I told him a little bit about what happened, but I mean, I don't know if I left anything out. Did I leave anything out?
I don't know. What happened? Usually I do all the talking for the first 5 or 10 minutes, which then to get everyone into the circle, into the space to where we're going, how to get there and everything. And then we all join. And then that's the point that I just, switch that off and I just join everyone. And I thought I was meant to put in dreams as well, but I wasn't allowed to see anything. Wasn't allowed to do anything like that. I was just like a feeling the whole group. And it was perfect because we've done everything we can think of, that we're capable of doing so far, which is why I think we asked for the help. All these other great ideas and genius thing and their energy and love, might help it as well. So my experience, and you haven't even heard yours yet, so we're going to go to yours next. So my experience was like the power. I mean, and I felt, as we said, okay, let's invite all of our builders, designers, architects, our teams, everybody, like any other planetary beings, whatever, who come and help. You felt them all arrived, and it was so overwhelming. I actually went I mean, the ones we do in the weekly ones, the smaller groups, are phenomenal, but this was just something else again. Wow, let me think about how to explain this. Not like I explained it to you, a little bit softer. The sexual energy was so huge. It was like not a physical orgasm, like that sort of energy, but it was like a soulgasm that went from, my higher heart right down to my base chakra, and it just held for the whole time. I thought I was going to explode. And I was hearing that creation comes from that sexual energy. We've all wasted all of our sexual energy on masturbating on each other mostly. Creation comes from that true sexual energy that knows how to come up through the chakras and then be utilized in the way, another way that it's meant to be utilized. So I spent that whole 15 minutes with this power, this energy that I was just feeling and receiving, and part of, like, all of us. And it was so huge. I actually opened my eyes to check everyone out because I was sure that everyone else would be going, oh, like I did too. I knew it was the sexual energy of all of us together. That was my experience.
Yeah. Life force. Yeah.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Look, I started this with some of the most powerful, most amazing, beautiful women I know. Sandra, Monique, Gayleen, Melina, Paola was there, Beth Potts, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew if I brought those people in and explained to them what I was doing, if nothing else, it's, it's just extra support for us. So it's through those women that that I worked out how do you change something soul merging, which then becomes Helios Gamos between a couple, and now do that within a group without it being highly sexual like it is with a couple. So I learned this with their help. We were all learning together. Oh my God, here comes that again. The originators of this particular thing were myself and those women. And every week we did it, just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and they bring their wisdom in. And yeah, it's just like, today was mind blowing for me, absolutely mind blowing. I didn't know it was going to be that huge. Sorry, I've rattled on. So what happened for you, Todd?
I already said what happened to me.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, I just turned into mush. I fell into the circle of light, and that was it. Well, actually, I went to you in the circle of light first, and then things started happening, And since I'm multidimensional, I left that going and went to go other places. So it makes perfect sense what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit. I'm gonna have to go lay down.
Yeah, I think me too. My body is still shaking from the inside out.
Yeah, I can't. I don't even have any words for it. Like listening to everybody, like from Luke to the last person, Alexa. Yeah, just listening to the. Yeah, I can't even. Even when people were talking afterwards, when we talked a little bit, everything they were saying I could feel totally. I mean, it was weird. It was like somebody said you were everyone, but you were an individual. That one lady said she was in the middle, but she wasn't. I mean, it was very much.
It's an individual experience. You have individual experience as well as feeling the energy, and sometimes seeing or sensing the energy of the whole as well. I mean, this is us at our best, playing in oneness.
Yeah.
Utilizing the energy of oneness. Amazing.
I'll say.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Anthea Fitzhardinge. I saw that. I hope I said that right. Fitzhardinge. Anthea Fitzhardinge. She sent a picture of the house.
Yeah, it'd be good if we can get you somewhere to live in the next. I think you got 5 days left, and then you're in a bus.
Yeah.
I hope somebody put that dream in.
Yeah, I got that. What was her name? Anthea. Thank you so much. I got that. Yeah, thank you very much. Well, I mean, the whole idea is that the energy, allowing the energy to do its work, right? I mean, that's the whole recreation of these circles or these groups, or merging itself. I mean, it's a. You can't remake anything. We can try, just like memories, like how people talk about relationships are like, I want to go back to the days when it was like this. Well, you can't. It's impossible, Things have changed between here. So you know what I mean? So it's like, it has to, in order for it to be fresh and novel and new, then you have to go into that space of everything, nothing, everything. I don't know how to explain it. We're hearts, just pure heart energy, or what? I don't know. Yes, I do have boxes. Thank you. I think I'm good on the boxes. Okay. Well, that was a big one. Thank God I don't have.
Again, thank you for everyone. I think you said there are 116 people. Is that right?
No, there was about 130. 130.
Okay, but it felt like there were literally thousands.
Oh no, several people said that. Several people. God, I can't remember. Somebody very credible. The woman said there was just Pamela, among others.
Yeah, I mean everyone there was credible, Todd, of course. But
I know. I'm just saying, like somebody that everybody knows, and she was like a guy was packed.
Yeah, and we understood that Soulogy wouldn't exist without all the people. So it's actually all the people that are Soulogy. So everything that they were sent to Soulogy was they would receive at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that one woman said that about every time she tried to give, she kept receiving, and that's the same thing that's the same thing.
The more she would receive.
Yes. Like you couldn't give more than you could receive, and you couldn't give less. It was just like it's like a constant flow. And that's what happened to me. Like, so it wasn't like, I'm like, wow, this is just crazy. Like, it was crazy. It was so much energy. And I was like, and I just heard, receive it. And they weren't just talking to me. It was like, just receive it. And so I was like, okay. But as I started receiving it, there was no surplus. It was an perfect, what comes in goes out. Like it was just a constant stream. And the whole thing was like that.
It would be interesting to see what happened. Like, so Monique wasn't there because Monique Monique is working. But it'd be interesting to send her the video and see if like if she experienced that energy as well.
Yeah, people that have been, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, I mean, some of the groups have made reference to the other groups. And, so yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I can barely even put two words together. But it's like conscious, consciously.
Well, it again, I'm like buzzing, like
Huh?
I think you said somebody, she said she felt like she was being on mushrooms, which I don't even know what that is, but I did. Like I finished and I'm still buzzing like I could fly, clean the house. Like, I mean, I'm buzzing and you need to lay down. So here we are again. And probably when you get over it and you wake up and
you're buzzing now?
I am buzzing. Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing.
Fly over here.
Oh, I wish.
Uh-oh. Sacral's open now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Thank you, everybody, for everyone that came and everyone showing up. And I'll talk to you in a few minutes.
Okay.